Hi, I'm Stacy Persinger, the Director of Membership, and welcome to our Critters of the Club program. This is our very own version of a member-exclusive Squawk Talk. And with me today is our very own aviculturist, Ron Busby. Ron, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, we're so happy you're here. And Ron's been with us for 2 years, and you're going to see in our program today that he has a relationship with the birds. You're going to see that they love him, he loves them, we love all of them, and you're going to see why very soon. Aviculture. So what is aviculture? It's the practice of keeping and breeding birds and the culture that forms around it. Aviculture is generally focused on not only the raising and breeding of birds, but it's also the preserving avian habitat and public awareness campaigns. You are out there on Whitewater Patio talking about the bird Squawk Talk and Tortoise Connection.
Yes.
So, which is, if you have not attended that, you must do so. Although you're going to get a lot more details, I hope, today, all the scoop. So with that, we're going to play a little video. As you think of some questions, any questions regarding our critters, please go ahead and just chat them over. Peyton will have them, and I've got some that we received in advance as well. But that's all you need to do is chat them over, and we'll ask Ron. So with that, Peyton, let's go ahead and meet our feathered friends.
Hi. Hi. Bye.
This is Jekyll. Jekyll is our oldest resident here at the resort. He's currently 42 and he'll be 43 in February. He's also our longest resident, has been here for over 10 years. This is Rio. Rio is our youngest here at the resort. She's 11 years old and she's also a green-winged macaw. This is Scooter. Scooter's one of our endangered species. She's a sun conure and she's between 10 to 15 years old right now. And these guys will actually live between 40 to 50 years. Don't let her size fool you though. She's actually our loudest bird here at the resort. This is Gracie. Gracie is an umbrella cockatoo, and she's another one of our endangered species. And these guys will live up to 60 to 70 years. She's also one of our big dancers. Loves to dance. Mingo is our Chilean flamingo. He's currently 21 years old, and those guys will average around 60 years. Fun fact about them is, in their native land of Chile, they actually like to freeze into their water that they sleep in, and come morning time, they thaw out, crack themselves loose, and go about their day. And we have our sulcata tortoises. We currently have 4 of them. Our oldest is 22, and she's 85 pounds, and then our largest is actually 19, and he's 110 pounds. And these guys will live 120 years. Each tortoise has their own unique personality. Morton, she's our aggressive, playful one. O'Reilly, he's our king of the pen and our antisocial one. And Saul, he's just kind of getting used, and he's a curious guy. This is Peaches. Peaches is another one of our endangered species. She's a Moluccan cockatoo, and she's actually our second oldest. She's in her 30s, and these guys will live around 60 to 70 years. She's also a resort favorite. Peaches is a favorite because she's a cuddler. She loves to cuddle. This is Mason. Mason is our chestnut-fronted macaw, also known as a severe macaw. And he's in his late teens, early 20s right now. And these guys will average around 60 years. And he's actually what they call a mini macaw. And this is as big as he gets. He doesn't say a whole lot, but he'll talk to you all day long. Yeah. These are our parakeets. Our parakeets are an Australian bird. And we started with 10, and we're at 18 now. And these guys were actually donated to us by our pet store that we use for our feed and our supplies. So for every few that are born, we're going to let a few go. And we're hoping to repopulate the area with bright, beautiful parakeets.
Hey, let's go find out where they sleep at night. Come on.
He's 11 years old as well, and he's a blue and gold macaw. And same as Rio and Jekyll, these guys will average around 80 years. I love you too.
Wow, it looks like fun. All right, so we've got a few questions here. Let's go ahead and start with which birds dance to music?
Gracie and Peaches both dance to music. Peaches is starting to learn how to dance to the music, so she's, fairly new at it. Gracie loves to dance to the music. She prefers a harder type of music, preferably hard rock or metal, something with a good heartbeat.
All right, now we know what kind of music you listen to. Okay. How old is Mingo the flamingo? And does Mingo sleep standing up?
Mingo is currently 21. He'll be 22 at the end of the year. And he does sleep standing up. Sometimes he'll sleep on both legs. Sometimes he'll sleep on one, switch to the other. And sometimes he'll just sit in the pool and float and sleep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So talk a little bit more. That's interesting about the frozen, that they would sleep in the frozen.
Yes, in their native land in Chile, they will actually sleep in ponds and lakes that are in higher elevations. And during the night, that water will actually freeze and have a thin layer of ice, and they'll freeze into that water. So come morning time, they'll chip themselves loose, or they'll let the water thaw out, and they'll go about their day.
Now, is it true that they eat shrimp, and that's why they're pink? What, though?
Yes, they get their color from their food, so they can lose color. We maintain Mingo's color with a special pellet diet that we get from a food company that produces food for zoos.
Right. Okay. How long has the resort been taking care of the rescue animals?
We've had animals here at the resort in some form or fashion since 1972. And that started with the herds.
Wow, that is a long time. I think I heard that there were birds in this building, actually. We're in the realty office, the executive office, and I think I heard that they actually used to be housed in this office.
From my understanding, there's probably not a building here that hasn't housed a bird in some form or fashion over the years.
This is a great question. Do they know what they are saying when they say things, or are they just repeating them?
They do just repeat things. However, they do know what they're saying if you teach them in context. Checo is one of our prime examples. She likes to say, I want to go outside or I want to go inside. But you only hear it depending on where she's at.
So she really knows. She knows what that means.
Yes.
So when they say hello and I love you?
I love you, I'm not sure if they really mean the hello, they mean that.
I like that. Let's see what we have. Oh, here's another good one. Why do they not fly away?
They don't fly because we actually clip their wings, and we do that every 4 to 6 months, or as needed per the bird, depending on how fast their feathers grow. And our vet actually just came in a couple days ago and did their wing, beak, and nail trim for them.
Oh, so they're well taken care of. Jekyll's favorite food.
Jekyll's favorite food would be pistachios. He loves pistachios and blueberries, but they all love blueberries.
They do?
All of them love blueberries.
So it's pistachios, blueberries. What else are you feeding them?
We feed them a mixed dry diet that has all their seed and grain in it, along with dehydrated fruits and vegetables that they can reconstitute in their water as well.
So, yeah, because you take very good care of them. All right, average lifespan. Great question.
Average lifespan for most of our birds average between 60 to 80 years.
Okay. And our oldest bird is?
Our oldest bird is Jekyll, and he's currently 42. He'll be 43 in February, and he's getting nicer.
Okay.
He's getting nicer.
Well, we all know Jekyll as we enter. He's the welcome committee at Whitewater Patio. So he's terrific. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see. Oh, okay. Do the birds mate for life?
They do mate for life. However, if they are young enough, if they do lose their mate, they are able to gain and find a new mate. But for the most part, they do mate for life. They are a one bird.
Okay.
Bird.
I get it. I got you. All right. So this one's about you. How did you get into the profession?
I was actually a vet tech, and I was living in Virginia, and my cousin used to live up there, and he bred exotic birds for zoos and collectors as a hobby and stuff. And he was really good at it. And whenever I was stationed up there, I lived with him, and he taught me all about the birds, and I really got into them and just found a real passion for them.
So, well, that's apparent. We can see that. Peyton, how we doing over there too?
Stephanie St. Clair asked, what is Gracie's favorite food?
Gracie's favorite food.
Gracie's favorite food is carrots.
So they'll eat
Oh,
carrots
yes.
too.
Both her and Peaches are carrot eaters. They love their carrots.
So they're healthy eaters.
Yes.
No wonder they look so good. Their skin tone, their colors.
That's why you're jealous.
Yes, I'm jealous. So I have to ask you, we chatted earlier about your assistant, and I'd love for you to share a little bit about her background.
Elijah is my assistant. She is a marine biologist. She graduated from Texas A&M Galveston. And she actually, before she came to us, she did an internship in Ireland working with seals.
Okay, I think
So this is a little bit different than what she's used to, a little bit smaller animal, but I think she's very happy with where she's at now.
Well, talking about a different animal, we haven't talked about our tortoises. There they are. So yeah, please, let's hear a little bit about this guy.
So O'Reilly is our largest tortoise. He's 19. He's 110 pounds right now. And the interesting thing about those guys is they never stop growing. They continuously grow from the time that they're born to the time that they pass. They never stop. And they grow one of two ways. Either they grow larger in their environment, but if they can't grow larger in their environment, they will grow denser, and they will actually get heavier as they grow. But they will still grow. They just won't grow at a normal rate that they should.
How do they do with Mingo? Mingo the flamingo. How do they do together?
Mingo and the tortoises get along great. They don't bother each other. However, our newest tortoise, you can see him back there. His name is Saul. He's a little smaller one. He likes to pick on Mingo. If you come out and watch him, he'll either be chasing around O'Reilly because he feels like that's his new big brother, or he's messing with Mingo when Mingo's trying to sleep. And he'll sneak up on him and try to nibble at him or something.
That's cute.
So
Now, do the tortoises try to stay together? Will they, or are they just very independent?
they're very independent. They each have their own unique personalities as well. Morton, she's a playful one. She likes to fight and roughhouse. Soul is kind of, I have to know everything about everything. He has to be in the middle of everything that's going on. So even if it's across the pen, he'll move all the way over there to go see what's going on. And then O'Reilly is just, I'm here. I'm just here to eat. That's what he likes to do.
Mr. Coven would like to know, how often do the tortoises drink water?
It depends on the tortoise. These guys will average, they'll drink once every couple of days. They can go a long time without drinking because these guys can actually drink up to 15% of their body weight and kind of store it for a little while. So they don't drink water as often, but these guys will do it every few days.
And then how much do they sleep?
During the summertime, they sleep anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. During the wintertime, it will increase, and they'll sleep 20 to 23 hours. They'll come out just long enough to eat, roam around, and then go right back to sleeping.
And what do you feed the tortoises?
80% of their diet is alfalfa, hay, and grass. And then we supplement the other 20% with kale, carrots, zucchini, cucumbers, melons, and we keep it season specific. So come wintertime, we'll cut it down. We'll feed a little bit more hay and grass, and then we'll feed them like winter squash and winter melons.
Do you go raid Chef's kitchen?
Sometimes. Other than that, we try to pick it up fresh from the grocery store, prep it that day, and then feed it for the week.
I love it. I'm going to jump in because I'm looking at the parakeets here, and this is interesting. It's out in the middle of the Whitewater Golf Course, or the petting course, and sometimes you can't see them because the cage is really cool, but it's not easy to see them. I kind of intrigued that you have the little area now that they're flying out and they come back. Mm-hmm. I know you mentioned it earlier in the video. Can you talk more about that?
So now that we've had those parakeets in there for a year and they've bred and repopulated, slowly we're going to start letting them go. We've opened a portion of their food tray to where they can come in and out safely. And we're letting them kind of see that they have the freedom to go and come as they please now. And over the next few years, we're hoping that they breed and just keep repopulating and use that cage as like a hub. So they'll repopulate the whole area around it and then use that hub as their food, water, and shelter if need be.
That's right. Is that big enough? Well, could they outgrow that structure?
In population, they could outgrow it, but that's why we want to get them out and kind of migrating around so that way they don't all overpopulate.
So it's kind of fun, right? You're out putting and the parakeets all around. I love that.
Yes. I've already had a couple people come and tell me, hey, we saw a parakeet over there while we were playing.
Oh,
What? I said, good.
Like,
Did
right.
you
It's
like that?
okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Good. Peyton?
Who is your favorite bird that you take care of?
Oh, I don't want to say that out loud.
Favoritism.
Rio and Peaches are definitely two of our more fantastic birds, our sweeter birds. However, I'm very fond of Buster now. I've been working with Buster for the last 8 months, and he's gone from being a very aggressive standoff bird.
Buster's who you took home.
Yes.
Okay. So a little training at home.
Yes. So now he's my little buddy. I can hold him. I can pet him. He likes to cuddle. So now we're starting the next phase, which is other people, which is why we're back here. So now he's back on his perch. He's seeing other people. Now we're going to get more contact with other people, so that way he becomes a little bit more relaxed.
Okay, so he's not out on the patio yet. He hasn't gotten out there yet?
He's out on the patio. As soon as you come off of hole number 2 to go to hole 3, you'll walk right by him.
Okay. And who is the really cuddly one? Is that Peaches, who just wants to be like cuddles up? We saw in the video when she was dancing, then we saw
that's Gracie. Gracie loves to cuddle. And she'll tilt her head all the way back, and she'll shake, which is like her excited.
Okay.
So
she was so happy. She was so happy when we were interviewing her. I thought that was terrific. I've got a few here, Peyton, but what about you?
Let's see. Are you getting any more birds soon?
Currently, we're on a hold for birds. We're going to try to kind of revamp it a little bit and get these guys spread out a little bit more, so that way we can add some new birds kind of down the line. But when we do bring in new birds, we'll bring them in a little bit slower, so we can train them up a little bit better and stuff, and they'll be a little bit more presentable for members and guests.
What cold temperatures can the parakeets endure?
Parakeets are actually very, very good with climate. These guys right now, the lowest temp that they've been in was, I believe it was 28 degrees. Was the coldest. Hottest was 113. However, with their cage, it is rigged up to help them through their seasons. So we have a mist system set up in there where it will mist them through the day. And they have a misting rack that they can land on, and it's just a light mist on top of them. And then during the winter time, they have a heat lamp, plus they can get all the way into the top of the tower and stay nice, warm, and protected.
Okay. I have one. From your personal experience, do you think there are different personalities and ones that like to cuddle and ones that don't? Do you think that depends on breed or that specific bird? Because just like people, we all have our different personalities.
They all have their own unique personalities, and it's contributed to their past. Each bird can be a little different. You can't base them off of species and how they're going to act. I've had super, super mean cockatoos, and I've had, loving cockatoos. So it just depends on the specific bird and how you treat them and kind of what your demeanor is toward them and stuff. And then they kind of pick up your little traits here and there and stuff.
Well, that explains our friendly birds that they work with, that you are their trainer. That makes sense. I guess I have to ask this question, and it's probably not a great question really, but you've been bit, I'm sure. Before.
Oh, yes. Yes, I've been bit. We do discipline these guys. We treat them because they do have a very high cognitive ability. We do treat them like kids. So if they bite or they nip or they cuss, then they get automatically pulled and they get taken right back inside and they get grounded for the day. Okay. And then the next day they learn. They know.
They do learn.
Oh man, I gotta stay outside.
Okay.
So. And
they're outside how many hours every day?
Depending on the weather, we normally will average between 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening. Now that the weather's cooled down and gotten better, we'll lengthen that. We'll usually start around 8 or 9, depending on how cool it is in the morning. And then we could go till 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock if the weather's great.
That's nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. What do you think, Peyton?
What about, are they during all this COVID situation and all that good stuff, have they got restless too, like we have?
Yes.
stuck inside?
Yes, they were very restless there for a while because we didn't bring them out. We kept them in and stuff while we were kind of shut down. You could tell that they were getting very antsy. They missed people. They missed the contact. They missed talking. Now they're great. They're loving it. Masks are a little iffy with them sometimes.
Sure. I never thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone needs a mask like yours.
Yeah.
You have to show everybody your mask.
We did blend in.
This would be better.
And this was one of my training ones that it kind of helped them get used to not only the masks, but to say, okay, well, there's something, but it's not much different than. So, it kind of tricks them. Rio, she didn't mind the masks. To her, it was another play toy. She loves playing with them.
That's cute.
It's a good question there, Peyton.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Well, if we don't have any more questions, you think we're good? Anybody have a last minute question before we, and this is a new format, everyone. We are, trying to connect with our members. We try to do our videos, and we're trying to do some more of this for folks who are in town and also out of town. Certainly, your job is very interesting and dynamic and important to the property. It's part of our culture. So it was really fun to share today. It was informative. Members, we thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your questions. Have a wonderful weekend. Before I close, is there anything we didn't ask that you might want to share?
Please come out and visit. Don't hesitate to ask questions. If you see me around, tap me on the shoulder and ask them. I'm always available and always willing to show these guys off.
And he's been wonderful working with everyone. So amazing. Yes. All right, everyone, have a great weekend, and we'll see you at the club. Thank you.